Hello YouTube. Today I want to show you how to take apart the lid in this Contigo Fit water jug. There are a couple of videos out there on these smaller water bottles, but I didn't find anything for this specific style, so I'll do that for you today. You will need a little pick like this, a butter knife, and a screwdriver with a triangle head. I will put links to all this stuff in the YouTube description, so if you're interested, you can get it from Amazon through there. So the first thing you want to do is take off the lid, screws right out, and you'll find 4 screws that use the triangle head. I've already gone ahead and loosened these just for the sake of time. There's one. Be careful when you take them out because there is a very small rubber gasket on the back of it, so you're not going to want to lose that. So I have this little magnetic tray. I'm going to put everything in there. So there's one. They are a little stubborn to come out, even with the right tool. There's 2. You are going to want to press down pretty hard on the screw when you get them out to make sure that you don't strip the head, because that's the last thing you want to do. Alright, so now that you've got the screws apart, there's a seam that runs all the way around this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch it in the light, but there's a seam that goes right over the word Contigo. It goes down around here and then back around, right? So this is where your butter knife is going to come into play. You're going to want to start somewhere back here and tap it into that gap. And there you go. So there's a couple of hooks you're going to want to press, you're going to want to lever it down. Just keep doing that all the way around. I think there's one in the front as well. Yep. Let's start on the other side. And now this will come apart. Now here comes the tricky part. You're going to want to open this. All right. With your butter knife, carefully remove this. Notice I'm using the back side, not even the sharp side, even though it is a butter knife, to loosen that up. And then I'm going to push that through the hole, because that's the last part that will be keeping the top and the bottom half together, and that will come apart like that. Okay? Now, with this apart, and again with your butter knife, gently pry off this lid. It's pretty easy to come off. Take that off. Remember which way it goes. Now again, remember, here's the locking mechanism. The tabs, these 2 tabs, are on the side of the locking mechanism. Remember that, because you're going to want to put it together the same way. Once you have this apart, you have to slide it forward and then down, and it'll come out. On the bottom, be careful because there is a spring right here, and there is a tab there for the detent that locks that's the locking mechanism. And this is, of course, the part that opens and unlocks it when you want to open it. This is, to get this apart, on the inside there's a little hook, so you're going to want to gently pry that apart. You're going to gently pry that apart so that these will come apart in two halves. It is a little tricky. This is probably the hardest part of the disassembly. Once you get the nozzle out, if you want to disassemble this, does come apart in two halves like so. It is very tricky to do, but there are two, see if you can see it in the light. There are two tabs, one on this side and another on the other side. You have to lift those up, pry those up, which I'm not going to do, and then this will pull apart. Be careful because there is a small tab right about here and another one here that makes sure that the two halves fit together in this orientation. All right, once you get that apart, then this can come out. You actually can take this out from the inside if you're careful. By prying it apart, you can see it just comes apart. You can see it right there. It does come apart from the inside. You can get this apart if you want to. You can see it right there. I'm prying it apart. If you're careful, you can do that. Otherwise, you can take this apart, like I said. But that's just about it. The reassembly is the opposite of what you just did. So again, these two tabs will go on the long side of this. So you're going to want to shove those through first. Put this back through like this. And make sure it's seated the way it was. And then you're going to want these tabs to go in those supports there. One on that side, one on that side. So now this will be able to bend like it's supposed to. Next, put this through. So bend this down carefully. Put it through like that. And now you can tighten this down again. Snap it back into place. Don't forget to put this tab back in. Come on. There we go. And you're pretty much done. Then all you have to do is replace those 4 screws. And you're good to go. I hope this helps and have a good day.